Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Let's play a guessing game. You have 6 keys in your pocket, but one is missing. Where could it be? Let's take a look at the first key. This key can go in any of the 7 locks. So there are 7 choices for where we can put this key. These 2 keys may look different, but if they open the same locks, then they are functionally equivalent. In other words, swapping these 2 keys does not change the number of ways to arrange them. To see why, consider that if we swap these 2 keys, we're swapping 2 keys that do the same thing. Therefore, swapping these keys does not change the number of ways to arrange them. In other words, this arrangement is equivalent to this arrangement. This means that we can ignore. Now let's take a look at the second key. In other words, swapping these 3 keys does not change the number of ways to arrange them. To see why, consider that if we swap these 3 keys, we're swapping 3 keys that do the same thing. This means that we can ignore these 3 keys and just. There are 4, 3, 2, 1 equals 24 ways to arrange these 4 keys. Again, this key can go in any of the 7 locks. So let's summarize what we've found so far. If there are no keys that open the same locks, if 2 of the keys open the same locks, if 3 of the keys open the same locks, if 4 of the keys open the same locks, and if all 7 keys open the same locks, then there is one way to arrange the keys. However, this is not the answer. Why is this not the answer? Rather, that is by inserting the correct key into each lock. But the question is not asking for that. It's asking us to find the number of ways to arrange these keys. What if I told you that one of these keys opens all of the locks? Would you believe me? You might think that there are 7 ways to arrange these keys, but that's not quite right. Can you figure out why? When we put the second key, we assumed that the first key was not in the way. However, that's not necessarily true. We'd still have 7 choices for where to put the second key. So we've counted this arrangement twice. Once when we consider where to put the first key, and again when we consider where to put the second key. To get the correct answer, the number of ways we've counted each arrangement twice. Before we go further, let's make a very important observation about this puzzle. So let's think about this. We'll try to solve this problem step by step. Let's take a closer look. Here's what we did wrong. Would you believe me? Here's why this is possible. What if I told you that 3 of these keys open the same locks? Would you believe me? Here's why this is possible. We can keep going in this way until we have only 1 key left. Finally, let's put all of this together. Thank you for watching. See you next time.